Yo, what's up, guys? Bravo YG out here coming at you with another video. I had someone request on my Plunder Patrol deck profile to do a video of some Plunder Patrol gameplay. I thought I had the perfect replay for it. So here we go. So as you can see, I'm on Plunder. I'm down here, and my opponent is on Striker. They win the die roll and they force me to go first, which is a bit of awkward position for Plunder. We really don't want to go first. I mean, we have very minimal plays going first, but we do what we can. So let's get into it. Start out with the field spell. Field spell's, like I said in the profile, is the best card in the deck, hands down. Grab the golden hair. Because golden hair herself is a one card Bluebeard, Blackbeard. I'm sorry, it's one card Blackbeard. But instead of using golden hair's effect to tribute a card and to special summon her from the graveyard, we're actually going to use Black Eyes here. One of the newer Plunder Patrol cards to put the to special summon itself and put the golden hair back in our hand, so we can have a guaranteed discard in our for our Bluebeard effect, Blackbeard effect, excuse me. Just gonna add that back, and we're gonna make a Blackbeard here, and we're gonna set Chalice and pass. Typically this is what our first turns look like. If I would have opened a Bluebeard, the card I keep mistaking this one for, the extender that lets you special summon itself out while you're controlling the Plunder monster. We can end on Toad in this. You would just normal summon out your Plunder. I would have normal summon out Golden Hair, special summon the Bluebeard overlay for total for Bahamut Shark. Use Bahamut Shark effect just by pitching the Golden Hair. Make sure you detach the Golden Hair in that situation, and to make Toad, and then Raven Wing, get back the Golden Hair like I did, and use the Bahamut Shark and the Raven and the Black Eyes to make the Blackbeard. That's like best case scenario us going first with this deck. It's not very great. Plunder Patrol is a deck that really relies on your opponent playing. And then he just he slaps his mind down, and I'm just like, well, I thought, and that, at this point, I'm thinking I'm playing burn, and I'm probably about to just rage quit. I'm probably just gonna leave. But then he slaps down the Tinky. I was like, okay. At this point, I still don't know this is Striker. Just I still don't know this is Striker. He slaps down the Tinky, and he grabs Thoroughblade. So now I'm thinking I'm just playing pure zoo, and I'm gonna have to deal with a bunch of Zeus's and a bunch of trap cards. It's not gonna be fun. Because typically have pure zoo plays these days. Just it's just Zeus Turbo, and they play a bunch of floodgates and traps. So he's going through his normal zoo plays, and at this point I'm counting on him to play into this Neo, because zoo players typically do. Because no one expects first turn Neo. Oh, let's pause, slow it down. So here he makes a Zeus, and then he slaps Area Zero over his Mystic Mind, and I was thoroughly confused because I've never seen Zoo cards in the Striker deck. But I guess it makes sense. I mean, it's a way to get. Maybe he's one of the ways like to get the Zeus Turbo out Zeus going second, since the Striker does have to go second. And Striker typically plays. They have a lot of room for a lot of things. They have a lot of room for hand traps because they only play around 3 to 6. It's like actually, I said 3 to 6, 5 or 6 striker monsters with Ray and Rose, depending on how many roles they play. And then the rest is typically hand traps. So I guess they took those spots and filled them up with the zoo cards, which I guess wasn't bad. I mean, it worked out here. And you're gonna see some synergy here. He's gonna activate his Zeus, and which you're gonna see in the area zero, which allows him to get the rolls from the deck, which is a really cool play. But at this point, he has well played into this Nia. If you're gonna try to go to end phase here, I'm gonna drop the Nia on him here. That way, I don't have to deal with Zeus on my turn, and he'll have. And at this point, I'm thinking I don't have to deal with any striker spell traps because he's gonna have this token in his main monster zone. But he opened the one of multi roll, which is kind of tough. So now His striker cards are online. He sets anchor and passes turn. And I draw the field spell, which is pretty good draw, honestly. Pretty solid draw. But honestly, I was getting back to this field spell anyway, through his graveyard effect, which you'll see throughout this game comes up a lot. To activate field spell, we pitch golden hair. We have to search out Whitebeard, and the reason why we search out Whitebeard because this is going to get us another body. We're going to use golden hair's effect engrave to discard a card from my hand, which is going to be Whitebeard to special summon itself, and that's going to trigger Whitebeard's effect to special summon from the deck. Get red there. We're going to link those two off for the Blackbeard, another one. Best card in extra deck 100%, and we're going to use our Redbeard's effect here to equip to the Blackbeard. And you can see our hands is empty, and I believe at this point this is where I use the field spells effect. I eventually used the field spells effect to bounce back this Redbeard to my hand to have a discard for my cards. Yeah, there we go. Use Shipyard, targeting my Redbeard here, and it's gonna set itself to the graveyard. Because I know I'm gonna get this back during the end phase. I knew that this effect was gonna proc the Widow Anchor, which I was accounting for, because he has to do it or he just loses. So I get that back because you don't need and I don't lose anything from that because Blackbeard doesn't need to be equipped with anything in order for his effect to be relevant. That's the other cards here. Like that's not gonna show me. That's the other cards like Mowork and Brand. They need to be equipped to really get the most out of their effects. Uses multi roller to set the anchor. And here, look. I know what he's gonna do. I know all this is gonna happen. I just need him to use these widow anchors. I know that's gonna put a card in his extra monster zone, so he's gonna have to use his multi roll if he wants to get rid of it. He's making his plays. Drops the almighty engage. Kagari, yep. It's typical striker things here. Makes Zeke's. I was very surprised that he didn't use Zeke effective banish my nib. I guess he didn't. I guess he didn't have to. I guess he wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, I see. But I saw the line of play, and he draws a second Mystic Mind off of Engage, which is crazy. That's just like a great backup plan for him. If I push through his interruptions and his boards, Mystic Mind can really just stall him back into the game. So that's a really crazy draw off of Engage. So uses Afterburners to pop my Niv and pop my field spell. Which again, that field spell is always coming back. Like you have to banish it because from here, even if I don't draw a card next turn, I'm getting back to the field spell. I'm using because I can use Golden Hair effect, pitch this Redbeard, special summon itself, and then use Redbeard effect to equip to the Golden Hair that would be on my field, and use my field spell, bounce back the Redbeard, and set it from the graveyard. So gets another anchor there for Shiz, and does the multi-roll shuffle with the Shiz and a Widow Anchor. I draw ship shapes for turn, which is really really good because this card actually does things in the graveyard. So I'm gonna use Golden Hair here. Just thinking about how I want to play it. Use Golden Hair, pitch that. Then we use ship shapes to equip emblem to my monster to Golden Hair. Then I'm going to use emblems effect to go into I think I'll go Blackbeard here. And boom, here again, I use Shipyard again. Bounce back to Golden Hair, get that back in hand to set it. I just know I need to get through these widow anchors in order for me to play. I need to power through these widow anchors in order for me to play. Pitch. Yep, yep. Pitch the golden hair to get to the white beard. And I do believe I normal summon this white beard here. Try to use them. I know that's happening. Normal summon white beard, and I just pass turn here. I just passed turn here. He says afterburners. Off of the multi-roll during the end phase, I get back my black beard. And standby phase, we're gonna make some plays here. So standby phase, I use Blackbeard effect. I believe I go into brand here because I wanna pop that I wanna pop the afterburners. I typically would go for the multi roll, but I know this afterburner is gonna get my monster off board, so I can't have that. Draw into a golden hair off of Captain, which is good. The fact that this card lets you draw after this effect is really good because you do, as you play Plunder, get into situations where you kind of top deck and you don't have any cards in hand, and you kind of need this Blackbeard to draw you a Plunder card off this effect, or you can't activate any effects. I mean, you do your best to avoid those situations, but sometimes you just can't. So you always try to keep a Plunder card in hand so you can get your extra deck monster effects off. And still in standby phase, I activate the brand to banish, and he's gonna add Whitebeard here. I add Whitebeard because I do have golden hair engraved, and I can do that whole shuffle again, like I did a couple turns ago, where I pitched the Whitebeard, special summon this from graveyard, and then Whitebeard will special summon one from the deck. So boom. So I'm here. I'm feeling like I'm in a good spot. I just banished the afterburner so I can keep my monsters on board. And then he drops the second mine on my head top, and now I feel bad because like, oh man, I could have used the brand to pop to change to the mine activation, and we wouldn't even be here. But there's no way I can see that second mine coming. So now I'm powerless. I just have to sit here. My monster's not doing the thing of the Mystic Mine, and he's just making his plays. He activates Pot of Greed. Gets I believe it's his third anchor. Yes, his third and final anchor, and draws into Hornet Drones, which is a great draw. Really good draw because that's just more backup, more follow up for him. And he multi roll sends Mystic Mine. I don't know why. I feel like Mystic Mine was. I don't understand. I don't understand what he felt like I was going to respond to. Uh, why he felt like this was necessary. He was making all the plays he wanted under Mystic Mine. I couldn't do anything about it. I don't understand what the thought process was here. So in the main phase, I attempt um to use my Whitebeard's effect, which again, I'm very aware this is going to get hit with the anchor that he just added. I just have to make him use it at this point. And I know he's gonna multi-roll set the anchor during the end phase, and that's gonna be the end of that. Honestly, after that, I won't have to worry about any more anchors, and I feel like the game should be mine at that point. So he links off my Whitebeard, which is gonna trigger the effect. So and he activates Phoenix's effect, so it's gonna one Phoenix, two Whitebeard here. But as you can see, he does have the Ash for the Whitebeard. Yeah, I could kind of jump the gun there, but yeah, he does have the Ash for the Whitebeard. But that's not a big deal at all because I have two Plunder monsters in hand. I have a shipyard here. I can get to whatever Plunder card I want during my turn. And even if he pops it like he does, it's like he doesn't. It's like he doesn't get it. This card's forever coming back. Forever coming back. So he crashed into my brand to clear up his extra monster zone for the Widow Anchor that he's gonna set next turn. He uses that. He uses Widow Anchor multi roll to set anchor and set the area 0. So I draw a Call by the Grave for turn, which is actually really huge because I'm gonna smack that ray out of graveyard immediately, so I don't have to deal with the Raiders' turn coming back. Use brand effect target, which I know is gonna get just to bait out the Widow Anchor, and now I'm feeling good. This doesn't fall off. This equip card does not fall off because the monster's still in the field. Just changes control. My equip card doesn't fall off, which allows me to use Shipyard, put that back, and set it. Shipyard effect. I believe I had Black Eyes here, and that's gonna trigger the White Beard. My special summon red. Hmm. This is pretty much the end. This is essentially the end of the game. In the game one, here's a pretty long game one, but a very good and interactive game one, and it really shows you guys um, how you have to like think through plays and just how yeah, I missed it there. Go for brand. I meant to go for the link and how important this field spell is and how recursive it is. And to putting itself back on field, and when it does put itself back on field, it gives you a plunder card in your hand to either tribute off of this in order to search or just have a plunder card in hand so you can activate the effects. Really, really good. I activate Redbeard effect here to equip so I get the plus 500. Now normal summon white. That's 21 attacking into 16, and he sees it right on the wall, on the right on the wall there. All right, so that's it for game one. And game two, I will say it's not as competitive. I feel like I put on a clinic in this game. So he makes it go first again, which we expect. Activate pot, RIP pot is going on, and that gets smacked with the ash. So at this point, we just normal summon white. Whenever you're in this situation and you have the choice of normal summon white or red, you always normal summon white because if white leaves the field, it can special summon red from deck, and you're basically the same situation. And like instead of vice versa, you normal summon red, and red leaves the field, and you just kind of have nothing. But as you guys can see, this Whitebeard isn't gonna do anything because he does have the impermanent. He opened up pretty nice. The Ash, and he opened up both the engines that he's playing. He draws another Ash return. Imperms the Whitebeard, so there goes that effect. He's sneaking here. He goes he decides to go with his zoo line of play. The Zeus line of play. Which I don't know. Isn't bad, I guess. And here, boom. So I know he's going for Zeus. He normally on the third blade. There's no other reason why. I know he's going for Zeus here, and my white leaves the field. So instead of going for red beard like I typically would, I go for white beard. I'm sorry. I go for golden hair to get it engraved because I know that my board is going to get wiped by Zeus. So I didn't want to waste a red beard on Zeus. I don't because I know it's just going to get sent, and I get no value out of my red beard against it to the graveyard for no reason. So when he decides not to Zeus send here, I guess he wants to save it, but I guess and it's the right play. It's the right play, and this card dude absolutely goes in, so I don't have to worry about Zeus anymore. Normal summon. I'm gonna go into red, go to Blackbeard here. Choose not to equip Redbeard to it. Go for brand draw, which that's fine. I'm gonna get my search. Go for Black Eyes there. And I add back the red, and I add back the red because I believe our normal summon is no, I'm sorry, there we go. I use the golden hair effect, discard that chalice because I'm gonna hard make more here, and I add back the red because remember these two cards are only quick effects when they're equipped with a plunder card, and that's why I didn't use Redbeard's effect earlier because I saw this line of play. So I'm gonna use Morg, and I hard made Morg as well. it's really important that if you can, you always want to try to hard make one of these, so you can bring it back off of booty, the trap card, if possible and if necessary. So I use Morg's effect to banish, and that's gonna add me the field spell. And I use Redbeard's effect to equip to the Morg. So now that's a quick effect, and I'm gonna use Shipyard here, discarding this Ash to add another Redbeard because I'm gonna do the same thing next turn. I'm gonna use Morg effect to banish a monster, and I'm gonna tribute this red, banish a monster. I'm gonna add a spell trap, and this red beard is gonna equip to this brand to make that a quick effect. And I'm gonna have a plunder spell trap in order to get the effect off. Draws Wraith for turn, which is pretty solid. And here I believe is I thought here, and I wanted to I don't want to go for go for a Verte line or anything like that. So I shotgun the Morg to banish to get the rolls off field. I have the field spell again because I think I just needed a spell trap, and I believe that I typically would add ship shapes here, but I believe I banished it off of desires. And then Redbeard will equip the brand, and brand is now a quick effect. Goes Hayate here. He misclicked and he made attack the Morg. He's gonna dump afterburners. And when he dumped afterburners, I knew this game was won because he just doesn't read cards. And if you don't know, um, Morg is like Genjutsu. If you see here, if you control a plunder card, if a plunder card you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can attach one material from this card instead. So this is gonna protect my board from this afterburners. And he had missed defeat right there. So there you guys go. That is Plunder Patrol in action against Sky Striker. Pretty first game was pretty back and forth, and the second game was a really good example of how to use your red beards, I believe, to the highest ability, and really like seeing the line of play and really going for it. I love Plunder Patrol. It's one of my favorite decks. I do think it's a very difficult deck to pilot. It's because it really focuses on management and making sure you have your plunder cards in your hand and and things like that. But it's really fulfilling deck, really fun. Hopefully, we get a Earth and a Wind attribute in the future. But with that being said, Bravo YGO signing off. Thank you guys. See you guys later.